Okay, my page, the senior care business.
Hello, 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 hello. Come on in, viewers. It is Monday. It is 6 p.m. So you know what that means. It's Green Table Senior Care Talk Show time.
That's right.
So come. Listen, as we check all of our platforms to make sure we are on and we're live, send us a thumbs up to let us know that you can hear us and that you can see us okay. Also, say something to us in the chat. Let us know. Let us shout you out. Say hello to us from the chat. As you do that, I also want you to like and share this on your platform. Because listen, this is something that needs to be shared, talked about. And so we have a great topic on this evening: breaking barriers, healing generational trauma, prioritizing mental health in minority communities. And this is our focus for the month of July. July is National Mental Health Awareness Month for minority communities. And
That's
so
right.
we will be focusing on that throughout the month. And today we have a special guest. And so I'm excited about that. So you all please share this on your platforms. This is something that, is taboo in the Black and minority community. So we want to shed light on it on today. And so go ahead and share this on your platform. Tag some individuals that need to be tuned into this conversation. Is that okay with everyone? All right.
Okay, I'm trying to follow instructions. I got
She
some
doing
new
all the-
instructions this week. So
Yes. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump right in. And again, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode on the Green Table Senior Care Talk Show, where we're here to raise awareness, share insight, and support those who are navigating the caregiver circle, right? This is a maze in the caregiving. If you're new to caregiving, maybe you're not new to caregiving. It's a maze. It's a new world. And so we want to help you navigate. And so that's what we do here on the Green Table Senior Care Talk Show. So we're a community of individuals trying to share information, knowledge, resources to you.
That's right.
And so we always have new viewers that tune in every Monday. Shout out to our OGs, our viewers that are all here, that are here every Monday at 6 p.m. Hello. And to our newcomers, welcome.
Yes.
Welcome again to the Green Table. And so I'm going to let Ishonda share a little bit about who we are, the sisters, your senior care experts.
Yes, well, she just said it. We are your senior care experts. We have been doing this for a combined 40 something plus years. We're both registered nurses. We have been working in, you name it, nursing homes. Before we started our own business into senior care, as far as community care options. And these options are really options so you can not leave home, stay home as long as possible, or in your community, which is our mission, by the way. We've done adult daycare, we've done personal care homes, we've done in-home care, we've done transportation, you name it. But today, until I retire, we're going to be your number one choice for adult daycare. That's who we are on tonight. And we also have franchise. So if you are interested in starting your own adult daycare model, all you have to do is let us know, and we can help you become your own adult daycare center. So that's who we are.
All right. You heard it here, right here. And so listen, without further ado, we're going to jump right in. We're going to bring up our special guest, Dr. Shakidra Harris. We're going to welcome her to the stage. Let's give her a warm welcome.
Oh, we need some
Yay!
applause.
Right. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello, how are you?
We are well. We are so glad to have you here on the green table with us.
Thank you for the invite.
Oh,
Look, last minute, by the way.
Listen, we just got the invite on Sunday, but we're glad to be here, especially
I
to
am
talk
so
about
glad.
something that is near and dear to my heart. So, thank you.
Yes. I'm so glad you said yes because it was last minute, it was yesterday. And when we were on last week, we started this conversation, and someone that was on, I think it was Selenia, that
mhm.
was on mention your business as a provider,
A resource,
as
yes.
a resource related to mental health. And so when I saw you Sunday, I'm like, oh, let me stop
Let's
her.
slide on over.
So thank you for saying yes.
No problem,
Um,
anytime.
all right. Well, I'm going to just introduce, I'm going to give a short bio and definitely please chime in, add more, let us know more about you. But I'm just going to read just a little bit of your bio. Dr. Shakidra Harris holds a PhD in general psychology with a focus in performance psychology. Shakidra is deeply committed to helping others thrive. As a licensed clinical social worker, Shakidra brings a wealth of experience from her dedicated work in individual and family services.
Mm.
Graduating with a master's in social work from Valdosta State University in 2013, she obtains a clinical licensure through the Georgia Professional Composite Board in 2016. In partnership with her husband, Seneca Harris, Shakidra is the co owner and clinical director of Guiding Light Holistic Care and Counseling LLC, as well as Holistical Anchor LLC. So, listen, welcome, welcome to the platform. She's also our Sarah. Um, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And so, listen, we just again thank you for coming on to the Green Table Senior Care Talk Show. Um, again, welcome.
Yes, yes. So
Thank you,
our
thank you.
topic, our official topic, is breaking barriers, healing generational trauma, and prioritizing mental wellness in minority communities. And as Jessica mentioned, it is National Minority Mental Health Awareness Month. And last week, we started talking about why is it taboo in the Black and community
Mhm.
minority communities to discuss or even talk about mental health. And
Mm.
so we're going to start there. That's going to be our first question on tonight for you. Uh, why do you think mental health is still considered taboo in many Black and minority communities, especially among older adults and caregivers?
So we have to think about our historical mistrust. Basically, how are we raised? How was these thoughts or how was these beliefs even ingrained in us in the first place? And so you have many communities or many minorities that have experienced systematic racism, mistreatment, neglect with healthcare, and those things have been passed on from generation to generation. So therefore, it's still considered as something a stigma pretty much. How many have times have you heard about, like, we don't talk about things, we just pray about it, we sweep it up under the rug. This is something that, considering our mental health or even talking about our mental health is not something that we talk about. Hey, it's going to be okay, just get over it, you'll be okay. So all those things has been passed down from generation to generation, and that's one of the things that we call like that generational trauma that has been passed down. You don't have to directly experience it, but it continues. It's something that has been ingrained in you. And so, still to this day, we've learned that, hey, it's a stigma. You've learned that, or you've probably heard the statement, people that seek mental health care is crazy. I know people have heard that before. And those things are ingrained in us, even though it's not true. But we have to unlearn some of the things that we have learned, especially when it comes to our mental health, because our mental health is just as important as our physical health. So, in our Black communities, that's something that we must really harp on. Let's end the stigma. Let's end the shame. Where's the shame in getting something, getting treatment or getting help for yourself? Also, one thing that I've learned is that sometimes there may be a lack of representation. I'm sorry, representation in our culture for somebody that looks like me in the mental health field. So sometimes we don't want to go to someone who don't look like us. So those are all things that I think, or that I know, that I've heard, that I've researched to be some of the reasons that it's still taboo. Lastly, we always, or we've ingrained in our systems, like, hey, I just got to survive this, survival over self-care, pretty much. I don't have to deal with it right now, I'm gonna be okay. So we learned that survival mode, we learned that keep pushing, keep going with it. I'm gonna get through it. I'm gonna pray about it. I'm gonna be okay. And at the we're like, okay, why am I still feeling this way? Why am I still hurting? So over the years, we've just started to survive, not deal, and not heal, and not recognize that what we don't heal, we pass on. And trauma doesn't always have to start with us, but it can start with us. But we have to make that choice to say this is something that we're going to deal with.
Oh my gosh, you said some key things. I'm gonna deal with the crazy, like that stigma, that word. Um, I think that is the key to or the root of
Mm.
a lot of this stigma we have in minority communities. We were talking about last week. We had a family member that had mental health challenges, and they just said they were sick. Like
Mhm.
nobody would just really say, it was just, again, it's just taboo to even talk about it. And not knowing that you can get treatment and you can live a normal healthy life, is nothing crazy about that. And so I think you hit it right on the head, that word right there.
Oh yeah, she came out the gate swinging. Everything we talked about on last Monday, the tips we went over, you know, what stays in the what goes on in the house stays in the house. You
Yeah.
know, making sure that we normalize mental health like we do our physical health, and also the self care without guilt. Those things we talked about on
Mhm.
last Monday, you went ahead right out the
Right out
gate
the gate.
and said, yep, those check, check, check. So listen, these are the things that we have to go ahead and we have to go ahead and bring it out. We have to put it out there and we have to address it because these things are keeping us, I think what she said, surviving and not healing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need to be healed.
And when you don't heal,
Yes,
it get passed on, and it
that
keeps
part.
getting passed on. That was another nugget that you brought on tonight about not getting that healing. So my next question is, how can we begin to have these conversations?
Mm,
You know what? That is something that I'm always passionate about and researching too. Just trying to make sure that we start off and lead love and curiosity. So you got to remember that it's hard to shape or reframe or unlearn or retrain somebody's mindset that is not used to this new mindset of openness, of not suffering in silence, of being able to talk about it. So the first thing that I would tell someone is lead with that conversation with love and curiosity. Instead of starting with labels, because nobody want to deal with the label. Nobody want to hear, oh, you depressed. Nobody want to hear you got anxiety. Nobody want to hear with that. But let's show up and say, you know what? How are you today? How are
yeah,
you feeling? What can I do for you? What can I offer to help you in this moment? And maybe those conversations will actually like probe somebody to say, you know what, I'm not okay. I'm not feeling okay. Now, granted, there are some that be like, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. But if we start off with that love, or we start out with that curiosity and make people feel like, you know what, this is a safe space. This person actually cares. This person is actually listening. They're not judging me. They're not projecting their own feelings onto me. They're actually wanting to know how I genuinely feel. And that creates like different openness for someone to say, you know what, I do have something I need to talk about. I do
yeah,
want to have that conversation. And even if they're not ready that moment, you can give them time and give them space because I may ask you again tomorrow. I may ask you the next day. And that may let you know that I'm genuinely concerned about you. And I may feel like, okay, you know what, we can't have this conversation. And then also we need to be able to frame mental health as let's center it around wellness and not an illness. Again, that
Ah,
taboo, the stigma, the shame
I
is
love that.
already in somebody's head, like, oh, something's wrong with me. So if I'm study saying, something's wrong with you, who want to talk about that? So if
Yeah.
we frame the questions in form of wellness and not saying that you have an illness, then we can get that buy-in of saying, you know what, this is a conversation that we need to have. This is something that we definitely need to talk about, and stop making people feel like if I tell you this and you're gonna judge me and you're gonna shut me down and you're not gonna be here. So always starting that conversation. And again, I always say, you know what? Show it with love, show it with curiosity, show it with wholeness yourself and healing so that we don't make someone offend someone. I know different experiences or different time I talk to people, they be like, I went to talk to somebody and they tell me, oh, you know what, you're gonna be fine, and they shut them down. That's also been ingrained in our culture, like, nobody wants to listen. But
Mm,
if we start and we change the way it's viewed, then we can start opening up that space of somebody does care, somebody wants to listen, somebody is here for me, and I don't have to do this alone.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good there.
I'm with you, Seneca. Wellness, and it's not an illness. We need to focus on wellness.
Yes.
We that safe place, creating that environment where you don't feel shame, judgment, and it starts with love. Love is it. Love is the first thing that
Covers a
God,
multitude.
yes, that God talks about over faith, over everything is love. And so if we can do that in love, people will feel safe. People will be open and ready to have the conversation for wellness.
Yeah, that's really good. So my next question is, what does that trauma looks like as it's passed down from generational trauma? Like, what does
Mhm.
that look like in our communities?
Mistrust in our systems, mistrust in individuals, mistrust in everyone, and basically feeling like, you know what, I am on this island by myself. I have to be
Mm,
strong. It looks like being a perfectionist because somebody is judging me, someone is ready for me to fall. It looks like being a black woman sometimes, like I can't truly express how I feel because someone is going to say, oh, you're angry, or you can't express yourself, so you become emotionally detached. Sometimes it can show up that way. It can show up in physical symptoms like illness, fatigue, and we're trying to figure out like why we have changes in our appetite, why we can't sleep. It shows up in chronic stress. Many times our check engine light is on and we're like, okay, I'm having headaches. Why am I having headaches? Not knowing that there's underlying issues that we're not addressing. It show up even in silence. You wouldn't believe it, but it shows up in silence because now I don't feel safe enough to talk about the things that I want to talk about. So we become prisoners in our own mind. One statement that I really love is that we protect what we don't talk about, and then we become that protection become prison systems for us inside our mental, inside our head. And so we're not knowing that exactly like why don't I feel safe enough to talk about this, and what is going on with me. We're fatigued, we're tired, but we're afraid to say that we need help because somebody might judge me. So all of these things are like showing up, and we're not understanding exactly what's happening, but it's those generational things that has been passed that
mhm.
says you have to be strong for everybody. Oh, I don't have time to cry today. I've even heard somebody tell me that, like, oh, I can't deal with this today because I have a meeting next minute. I'm like, what? So what do you what do you mean you have a meeting? Like, what does that mean for you exactly? So is
Right.
you create that sense of survival mode. You create that sense of pushing through. You create that sense of just the anxiety, the depression, and these are all disorders that can happen if we don't deal with the stress of everyday life. And it keeps affecting our bodies to the point where we can start having physical symptoms and going to the doctors and not knowing that it's our emotional health.
You know those
What we
things you just
sometimes
described?
don't realize.
Okay, okay. Go
Mhm.
ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, there's a delay. And what we don't realize is sometimes our emotions are trapped in our bodies, right? And so have you ever had like shoulder pains? Well, shoulder pains is actually like burdens of other people. That's not even
Mhm.
our stuff, right? So there's other people. So there's different signs that our bodies give us and different ways that it show up. But do we even have time to pay attention? Do we even make that time to say, you know what, this is my emotions, this is my trauma, this triggers, this is whatever I'm going through. Do we even make that time for us? And that's the way that it show up. Because so I always tell people, check in with you, show up for you so that you'll know how you can show up for others.
What you're describing as showing up is really everyday life. Like that's life, right? And like you said, calling it, focusing on your wellness and that it's not an illness. And I want to
Mm.
talk about, we met this lady, a very successful entrepreneur, and she was talking about, and she's retired now, but she was talking about in the height of her career, like her arm stopped working and she didn't know what was wrong with her arm. And so she went to the doctor, and the doctor said, it's nothing physically wrong with you. It was stress that was causing her not able to use her arm. And so that was the first time I had really
Yep.
heard of, somebody.
Physically impair and hurt
Hmm.
you and affect you. And so, listen, viewers, I need you all to chime in. I need you all to talk with us, enter into this conversation. This
Yes,
conversation is good. Go
this is
ahead and
good.
like, heart this conversation, and go ahead and drop some comments because we need to talk about this. We need to say it's okay to say it's me. I need help. I want to be better. I want to get wellness. I want to have a conversation. I do not want this to pass on for generations and generations and we not talk about it and it's something that is will hold down my children's children.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and pull that rug off. Let's go ahead and pull it back and let's go ahead and have the conversations and most important, let's have it in love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
So I want you to tell us about your business because you've been dropping some nuggets on the night. So thank you for that. But before you talk about your business, is it anything else you feel like you want to say or you think our community needs to hear on tonight?
Ye- Yes, I want to let everyone know like healing is basically not forgetting. It's reclaiming our power.
Mhm.
Is not for anybody else but you. And just know that nobody can tell you your struggle. Nobody can tell you how to heal. Nobody can tell you how to grieve. Nobody can tell you how to do it. However, you have to make space for what you feel. We have to make space for our self care. We have to make space for the things that we need in life because if we're trying to be there or be there for everybody else, then and we're not taking care of our temple and ourselves, then how can we continue to show up? And again, what are we training our children? Are we training our children to heal? Are we training them to deal? Or are we training them to just survive? What are we training them? Because we're learning, they're learning from us. We've learned from somebody else too. So, and they're learning from us. And are they learning to just shut down emotionally or are they learning that it's okay? To our male viewers, one thing I always tell my male viewers, I know we've been trained like, hey, y'all got to keep going. You don't have to, men don't cry. That is not true.
Mm.
That is not true. So
Oh,
men have emotional health as well as we do. June is catered to Men Mental Health Month. So I want everybody just to make sure that just like we go to the cardiologist, just like we go to the ophthalmologist, just like we go to our different nurses, our mental health matters. You are important. Your wellness is important. It is not linear. So therefore, take the time for you, create those spaces for you, create the time for you. Because if you don't take care of yourself today, trust me, it will show up later. And it might show up in ways that you're not comfortable with.
that's
That's
right.
it.
That's right. That's good. That is good, Dr. Harris. Now tell them about your practice, what you do, how they can find you. Let us know more about your practice.
So, Guide on Light Holistic Care and Counseling was started in 2017. We You can find us on Grow Therapy. It is virtual because we do know that everybody can. Some people listen. People need therapy much breaks. people that say, I can't drive everywhere. So we want to be able to cater to those who just need the mental health services and make it accessible for everybody. So we provide individual therapy, couples therapy. I specialize in depression, anxiety, PTSD, um, traumatic experiences, you name it. So we're here to help. We're here to help those heal, help dealing with chronic stress, different things. Even if you're just needing that empowerment space to just have someone to help you on this journey, we're here in our community promoting mental health and wellness, as well as that healing journey. And my link, I can put my link in the chat. I
I was
don't
just
have
going to
access
ask
to the show notes,
Seneca, can you
but
help
it's
us
on my
out?
Facebook page.
Seneca, go
Oh,
ahead
okay.
and put that in. Put that in on us. All the information, all the contact information that the viewers can come in and can find you all. Please drop that in the chat for us. Listen, viewers, was that good or was that good?
That was good.
That was good. I see some of the viewers putting their takeaways, what really resonated with them in the chat. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and put what has resonated with you in this conversation, right? Because this hit home for a lot of us. And I think the thing that I take away is because we see so many caregivers like dealing with issues because they're not taking care of themselves as the caregiver. You're constantly going doing for others, not checking your check engine light. It's
Yeah.
on, it's flashing. You having symptoms and things, but you are focusing on everything else but yourself. But how can you be um, great for someone else if you're not whole and well yourself? And so let's look at those things: depression, PTSD, anxiety. Those things, they show symptoms, and so we need to pay attention to that. So drop your takeaway, drop what you have taken from this in the chat, like it, share it, tag someone.
Yes.
We're going to um, shine a light on this. We're always sweeping it under the rug, but today and this month and going forward, we're going to shine a light on mental health, and let you know it's not an illness. We need to turn it into a wellness.
Yeah.
So
That was going to be my takeaway on the night. That is my takeaway. It is wellness and not illness. That is definitely the takeaway for me on tonight. So
yes.
I see Seneca's put information in there. So the website is in there. Can we have a phone number?
Okay.
He's coming with it.
All
He's
right.
bringing it
All
on.
right. That's what I'm talking about.
Listen,
Yeah,
he handles all of the business aspects of the business. So listen, I'm just a clinical. So yes, but he handles all the business parts. So thank you.
great partnerships.
Hey.
Hey, we understand. We
Yes.
got two
Yes,
different
yes.
strengths. So yes. All right. Well, listen, I'm so glad you said yes. I learned a lot on tonight. I would love to get you back in the near future so we can continue some more conversations because this was so enlightening. So, again, I say thank you for saying yes. I think people got to know you're here. People need to know you guys are here in the community, what you're doing for the community. And it starts with education.
Yep.
So thank you for tonight. Jess, I don't know if it's something else you want to add, and Dr. Harris, if it's anything else you want to add on tonight before we close out.
No, I just want to basically say thank you for the platform and just shining light on this on this topic because it is very important. And as I always tell everybody, our emotions, they are our messengers. They're not enemies, but we have to pay attention to them because one thing that we want to do is reclaim our power, reclaim our strength, and make sure that we are whole, we are well, and we are leading the legacy of of healing, wellness, and wholeness.
Mm,
Yes,
love
that
it.
is it. That
Love
is
it.
it.
Love it.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Shakidra. Again, we will be calling you back here on the Green Table Senior Care Talk
Yes.
Show. So, again, thank you.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a great night.
Right,
All
good
right.
night.
So, listen, viewers, you've seen it, you've heard it. What we need you to do now, we need you to go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We need you to go like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, so you can stay connected.
Yes,
We
yes.
bring here resources, tools, things that will help you in your everyday life and help you as being a caregiver or you yourself. So listen,
This is good for everybody.
Everybody. Everybody. So
Everybody.
definitely tag someone, share this on your platform. Again, go ahead and like it, go ahead and share, and go ahead and subscribe on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
All right. So again, thank you, viewers, for tuning in. We'll be right back here on Monday at 6 p.m. here on the Green Table Senior Care Talk Show.
All right. See y'all next week.
All right. Bye-bye.